Yo, what's good? We back at it. It's your boy. We had to follow through with another video. You know what I mean? So we're gonna do this video on an alternative meaning to the fourth house, which I think gets overlooked, or either maybe a lot of people just don't know about it. I do want to state that I actually previously did a video a while back on what each house in astrology represents. You guys can go watch that. I'll link it to this video on YouTube, right? And I also did another video on derivative houses. Now, for those of you who don't know what derivative houses are, they're basically a way that you can look into certain houses in your chart, right? And of course, houses again are areas of life, right? Now, with these derivative houses, you can find different people such as your mother or your father, or maybe your pastor, your priest, imam, or your co-workers, and you basically can put the house that represents them on your ascendant of your chart and see their 12 areas of life from your own chart, right? So you can derive information from your own natal chart on other people, right? Now, I have the zodiac, of course, right? So each of the 12 signs having a likeness to an actual house, basically, right? Now, in zodiacal order, Aries is the first sign, right? And Aries has a likeness or an affinity to what the first house represents. Same thing with Taurus, as it has a likeness to the second house. Now, for instance, the second house rules over finances, your money, possessions, things that you value, self-esteem, self-worth, and Taurus is actually the sign of money. I've told you guys that again, that's why on Wall Street you have the charging bull, basically. That's because in astrology, Taurus is a sign of money, right? Now, let's jump down to Cancer, right? Cancer, I say, is the mother of the zodiac, right? It represents home, family, your upbringing, things of that nature, right? And that's basically what the fourth house will represent. But this video now, we're going to cover an alternative meaning to the fourth house that I think a lot of people, like I said, don't know about, or you don't see people just talk about it. But I've seen it actually come up oftentimes in transits and progressions, which is like a predictive method, right? So an alternative of the fourth house is that it can represent endings, basically, right? It can represent end of matters. It can represent the latter part of life, right? But in particular, I'm going to put endings, right? So I'm just going to put this right here. So sometimes when you have certain transits going on to the ruler or the ruling planet of the fourth house, if it's not pertaining to family and home matters, it can actually be pertaining to the end of something, right? So this can be a situation, you know, it can be a lot of different things. And also another thing I want to state is that the fourth house, when we talk about it representing endings, right, or end of matters, this can actually show up in other branches too. I've seen it definitely show up. You know, you have other branches such as forensic astrology, where you can look at crimes and what happened using basically horoscopes, basically, or using event charts. And if things are pointing to the fourth house, it can possibly talk about endings, basically, right? If they're trying to find certain people or what happened to a person, you know. So just keep that in mind, you know what I mean? Keep doing your research out there. There's way more information on astrology. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. We got more videos coming soon, and holla at your boy. Peace.